Due South, an original screenplay by Evan R. Schullery. Fade in, exterior sky, morning. Title card, Ottawa, Canada, late fall. A snowflake gently descends, revealing a small farm on a desolate pasture surrounded by woods. It lands on the snoring cheek of Gus Johnson, a plump baby goose with stubby wings. Gus sleeps in a shallow hole in a field. Several other skinnier goslings rest in a cozy nest. Their slumber is disrupted by a loud whistle.
Wake up, everybody up, it's time to fly.
Al, a stiff daddy goose, waddles around the nest.
Your days of being gravity prisoners are over, hosers.
The goslings yawn and stretch their wings and necks. Gus continues to snore. Fran, a frazzled mother goose with patchy feathers, sleepily approaches Al.
Al, isn't it a little early for this?
Early, friend, snow is falling and the goslings are barely old enough to waddle. Don't you dare talk to me about bad timing.
Al waves his wing for his kids to line up in a field.
Let's see. Alfred, Bruce, Charity, Dennis, Emma, Frank, who's missing?
Who do you think?
Al waddles over to the nest and falls into a hole.
Dang it, not again.
The goslings chuckle. Al pulls himself out, then waddles over to Gus and whistles loudly in his ear.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Al nips him in the rear.
Ow!
Line up, Canuck, and quit your digging. Holes are for moles.
Gus clumsily waddles over. Alfred trips him. The goslings snicker.
Mommy, Alfred tripped me. Then he called me a fat, feather-dusting freakazoid.
Alfred?
I did not.
Gus hides behind Fran and sticks his little tongue out.
Quit your honking. All beaks up here. What I'm about to teach you has been passed down for generations, so listen up.
Al marches back and forth in front of his brood like a general giving a pre-battle speech.
We Johnsons are a proud Canadian family who have been around for generations. We represent the finest our country has to offer.
Gus puts his stubby wing over his beak and makes a fart noise.
We love our homeland, the pastures, trees, wildlife, and of course, the curling and the hockey. Unfortunately, Canada freezes in the winter and our lives might be in serious jeopardy if we stay here. We must migrate south to the warmer plot of land where they have no respect for universal health care.
I'm hungry.
I'll get you breakfast in a minute, sweetheart.
Feathers float off of a stressed Fran.
The Johnsons have never missed a season of migration and we have always hit our mark. This can be attributed to the instinct buried deep inside each one of us.
What about those of us who haven't gotten their instinct yet, Dad?
I have my instinct.
The goslings snicker.
There's no such thing as a goose with no instinct.
Gus grins. Exterior, stream, day. A husky beaver with bags under sharp eyes pops his curious head out of a stream. Caught between two protruding rocks, he finds a small piece of wood. As he sniffs it, his eyes widen. He tucks it into his chest fur and ties a knot to keep it in place. Exterior, field, day. Al inspects the gosling's wingspans. Gus sticks his fat chest out and extends his wings as far as they can go, which isn't far at all. Al skips past him. Fran waddles over to Gus as he begins to sob. She routinely puts her wing in front of Gus and he honks his beak into it. Al shakes his head. Exterior, field, day, later. Al leads the waddling goslings in V formation on the ground.
I want to be the leader.
Focus, Garrett.
Oh.
If you can't waddle it, you can't fly it. This formation reduces wind resistance and allows us to keep an eye on each other.
Gus sucks wind, then tips over and is left behind.
All right, let's take a quick break.
The goslings head back to the nest. Gus wheezes.
Just relax for a minute.
I can do it, Coach.
No, you can't. You haven't been able to do one thing I've taught you correctly.
Tears well up in Gus's eyes.
You're out of shape, slow, and your wings aren't even proportional to your body, for duck's sake. I think we need to face reality here, son. Nature wasn't kind to you.
Gus's face burns red. He waddles across the field.
Where are you going?
I'm waddling away, and I'm never coming back.
Gus waddles next to one of his holes and sits by himself. He quickly erases his tears with his little wing. Exterior woods, day. Carl, a mangy squirrel with bug eyes, kneels in front of a cute porcupine with long eyelashes.
I can change, Pokey.
Stop calling me that.
I'll bathe more than once a year, and when I do, I won't just be in that puddle where those mice go. Number one.
You're repulsive.
She walks away and Carl starts after her.
Pokey!
Carl gets whacked with a beaver's tail.
Ah,
What did I tell you about messing around with porcupines?
it's impossible, bro.
Exactly. Now quit calling me bro and help me find breakfast.
Exterior field, day. Fran wipes Gus's butt with a leaf in her beak.
Get it clean.
Stop squirming.
She finishes and wipes her brow. Gus waddles off. Al waves Fran over with his wing.
We need to talk about the little guy.
His name's Gus, Al.
I know that. I think you've been, well, babying him a little too much.
He needs extra help, Al.
It's gonna hurt his chances. He won't survive out there. I mean, here.
He's different from the rest. I worry about him a lot.
Me too. But we're not teaching him personal responsibility by doing everything for him.
I guess I just feel sorry for him.
He doesn't respect you, Fran, and we have 6 other kids we need to worry about.
Taking care of Gus is a full-time job, but he respects me.
Al tilts his beak toward the dark, churning clouds.
We'll have to make a decision soon.
Exterior, across the field, day. Beaver and Carl hide behind some tall grass and eye a red tractor in the field. A woodchuck sleeps against it. Beaver spots the farmer grilling meat outside.
Go distract that woodchuck.
Carl scurries over to the snoring woodchuck.
Excuse me? Mister? Mister!
Ah, yeah, what?
Beaver hops atop the tractor holding a stick, then examines the controls.
Quick question. What does it actually mean to chuck wood? Do you throw it or something? If so, what?
I could probably throw you into the pond from here.
I bet you could.
Beaver finds the key and fiddles with it.
Seriously, what kind of animal are you? No, my stupid rat.
The woodchuck grabs Carl by the scruff of his neck.
You know, I used to take little fur stains like you and swing them around to clear brush.
No, please don't hurt me. I'll do anything for you, within reason, of course. Just don't chuck me.
The woodchuck laughs, cranks his fist back. Boom! The tractor starts up. The woodchuck jumps 2 feet in the air, drops Carl, and runs off. Carl breathes a sigh of relief. On the tractor, Beaver wedges the stick between the accelerator and the seat. The tractor starts across the field. The farmer notices his tractor moving. He drops his spatula and hustles after it. Beaver and Carl start toward the grill. Exterior field, day. Gus does little hops in the field, attempting to fly. Behind him, the tractor gets larger. Fran turns and notices the danger.
Gus, look out!
Gus slowly spins and sees the tractor feet away from him.
Hey, Mommy, help me!
Waddle away, honey! Hurry!
Gus waddles, but the tractor gains on him. Beaver and Carl hop a small fence and approach the grill. Beaver grabs the spatula and flips hot pieces of meat to Carl.
Yeah, I was hot!
The tractor gains on Gus. The farmer trips in one of Gus's holes and is unable to reach it.
Save me, lazy loved ones!
Fran flies toward Gus, but it's too late.
Goodbye, cruel Canada.
Gus is mowed over. A few feathers pop out of the side of the tractor.
No!
Fran and the rest of the Johnsons slowly approach the scene. Gus lays in one of his holes, safe, but with a buzz cut on the top of his head.
Oh, my little feather flower, are you okay?
Fran gently pulls Gus out with her beak.
Why didn't you save me?
You were too far away, sweetheart. I couldn't get there in time.
You're the worst mommy ever.
Fran's beak opens in shock.
Watch your beak, mister. Don't talk to your mother like that.
I'll talk to her like that if I want to. I'm special.
Gus notices Beaver and Carl hop the fence with meat. He angrily waddles over to them as they eat their score.
Excuse me.
What do you want, kid?
That horse ran me over.
We were getting breakfast.
I think you owe me an apology.
Beaver and Carl share a look, then crack up laughing.
Waddle along, little one.
Don't call me little.
Yeah, go learn how to fly with the other butt pinchers, eh?
Gus charges toward Beaver, who casually puts his paw on Gus's head as he waddles in place. Beaver releases his paw and Gus falls on his beak. Beaver and Carl laugh and head back toward the woods. Al approaches.
Gil, what do you think you're doing?
I was kicking some tail.
We don't associate with non-geese, son. They're dirty rodents and they'll give you all sorts of diseases. Now come and wash up.
Al ushers Gus back to the nest.
Nature didn't give us the greatest abilities to fight off predators, son. If we get in too close, we're finished. When we encounter danger, all we can do is fly away. And you can't even do that, so you need to be extra careful.
Whatever, Dad.
Gus waddles back to the field and attempts to dig a hole with his beak. Al joins Fran as she gathers a few of her fallen feathers in her wing. She eyes the other goslings, who shiver.
You're right, Al. It's getting too cold.
Yeah, it is.
If we stay, we'll all freeze, right?
Al sighs.
Right.
He puts his wing around a sullen Fran.
I know this isn't easy. but it's the right choice. Trust me.
Exterior field, night. A cold wind blows over the family. Al and Fran pull the goslings in close. Fran places some straw on Gus as he snores in his hole, then protects the other goslings with her body. Exterior field, day. Al and Fran watch 6 goslings zip around in the sky, playfully testing their flight skills with acrobatics, flips, and turns. Fran spots Gus struggling to dig a hole with his beak in the frozen ground.
I could stay with him.
No way. I need you to look out for the hawks when we're in the V.
Gus looks up from his digging with dirt on his beak and watches his siblings fly.
I'll fly one day too. Like a boss.
Fade to black. Fade in. Exterior, Canadian pasture, early morning. The sun sneaks a peek over the horizon and shimmers off the frost in the field. Exterior, nest, early morning. Shadows pass over a snoring Gus. Exterior field, early morning. Al and Fran round up the goslings in the field.
All right, get in the V. Find your positions.
The goslings line up and shiver.
I'm really gonna do it.
Shh.
Fran looks back at Gus.
Goodbye, son.
Exterior farmhouse, early morning. Carl bathes in a puddle next to the farmhouse. A male and female hawk land on a branch and eye him. Inside the house, we faintly hear a farmer talking on the phone.
Yeah, the chickens are ready for you. Should take me about 4 hours to get over to Brockville. Okie dokie then.
Exterior field, early morning. Al waddles, leads the V, then the Johnsons take flight. Exterior farmhouse, early morning. Carl notices the geese take off. He rubs his paws together.
Time to pillage the village.
The male hawk leaves the branch and circles above Carl. Exterior nest, early morning. Carl scurries over to the nest. As he peruses, he comes across Gus. He looks at Gus, then at the Johnsons, then back to Gus.
Kid?
Carl shakes Gus.
So many clouds.
Wake up!
Gus opens one eye. Carl points to the sky. Gus sits up and watches his family fly in the distance. He waddles out to the field and hears them honk.
Wait! Come back!
The Johnsons fly out of sight. Gus stares blankly at the sky.
Kid? Hello?
Carl waves his paw in front of Gus's eyes. Gus just stares in disbelief. Carl shrugs, then scurries into the woods. Then he's suddenly snatched by the male hawk's talons.
Oh, let me go!
Hawk's wife watches from a branch.
I ain't eating that dirty thing.
He lifts Carl higher.
No, too high! You can even just bring me lower! Beef! Help!
Exterior stream, day. Beaver hears Carl's cry from the stream as he inspects a rock. He hustles through the woods and sees Carl in the hawk's grasp. He aims with a closed eye, then hurls the rock, hitting the hawk in the head and knocking them both to the ground. The hawk lands next to Beaver. His wife joins him.
What'd you do that for?
He's kind of a sibling.
Heck of an arm you got there.
I'm all right, Paul. No left. I haven't seen you around. Where you from?
Down south a ways. The wife and I are on vacation.
We've been on vacation for 2 years. I didn't want to come up here. I think you're lost.
You see any beavers on your travels?
As a matter of fact, we did see a few. Didn't we, Sugarbeak?
Yeah, and your stupid self tried to pick her up. That's how you sprained your ankle.
Wait, she? It was a female? What did she look like? Did she look like me?
Well, sorta. Big teeth, flat tail, head.
That might be a relative. You hear that, Carl?
Carl's still in a daze.
Okay, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong, and I just can't live without something.
Beaver grabs the hawk by his wings.
Where were they? Tell me.
Down south somewhere. I don't know. My sense of direction's not that great.
I know, that's right. I'd have been better off marrying a dang goose.
A goose? Why?
They got that instinct thing that tells them where they're going, like some birds I know.
Beaver's eyes light up.
That's it.
Exterior sky, morning. Al leads the group in the flying V. Alfred looks around at the other goslings.
Where's Gus?
Fran turns her attention to Al, whose eyes stay forward. Exterior woods, day. Beaver drags a dazed Carl through the woods.
We're gonna go south to find you a female.
Not interested, Beav. There's only one lady for me.
Beaver holds Carl against a tree.
Wake up! She doesn't like you.
I've never been out of Ottawa, and I get car sick.
Fine, I'll make the trip on my own.
Beaver drops Carl and walks away. Carl scratches his neck, then turns and notices the woodchuck eyeing him from behind a tree. The woodchuck points threateningly at Carl, then snaps a stick over his knee. Carl gulps, then scurries after Beaver.
Eve, wait up! I love the South. Best place I never saw.
Carl catches up to Beaver.
But how are we gonna get there?
Well, call him one of those geese.
It sounds like a plan. Except they're already gone.
What?
Well, not the little fat one.
Exterior field, day. Gus blankly stares at the sky. Carl and Beaver step in front of him, amazed by his statuesque pose.
Give him your armpit assault.
You sure that's safe?
Nope.
Carl puts his armpit in Gus's beak. Gus coughs.
Goose, I know we got off to a rough start, but we want to help you get south to find your family.
I don't need your help. I'll find them my own way. And when I do, I'll kick dirt in their eyes.
Gus waddles toward the farmhouse. Beaver cuts him off.
Look, Carl. Carl and I know what's like to not have a real family.
Yeah, right.
It's true. We're both orphans.
Carl hugs Beaver's leg.
I love you, brother.
Beaver whacks Carl with his tail.
Yeah.
How'd you survive without a mommy?
It wasn't easy.
How would we find them? They could be anywhere.
Don't you have a great sense of direction? You know, instinct?
Oh, instinct! Yeah, of course. That's Gus Johnson, a perfectly normal goose. Why wouldn't I have my instinct?
Good. Then you'll lead us south.
You want me to be the leader?
Gus, you're our only hope.
Gus takes a deep breath and determination grows on his face.
Okay, I'll do it. I will lead us down south, and upon our arrival, my stupid family and the entire Canadian galaxy will finally realize that even the short, stubby, and special can conquer lands on web foot, slay dragons, storm castles, rescue princesses, and...
A ladybug lands on Gus's beak.
Ah, ladybug! Get it off me, get it off!
Exterior country fair, day. Title card, Pennsylvania, USA. A fall festival. Families eat apples, drink cider, and pick pumpkins. The bird bus, a decked-out Winnebago with spray-painted bird graphics, is parked nearby. It tows an ultralight, which is like a go-kart with wings. Next to the bird bus, a small plywood stage has bird seat on it and is flanked by speakers. Dmitri Kharkov, 40s, small scars on his face, eye patch, band-aids on his fingers, holds a microphone and addresses a small crowd.
Now for our final celebrity. Please give a warm welcome to the very talented Justin Beacon. Get it? Get my joke?
Dimitri presses play on a stereo and Beaver's song Baby plays. Hashim, a beautiful and regal African gray parrot, waddles out in a blonde wig. A plastic zip tie around his ankle is tethered to the stage. Hashim looks to the back of the bus at Victoria Diamond, a prissy Manhattan pigeon, and Will, a budgerigger, a cute Australian bird with a small beak. They both sit in cages broken down from their imprisonment. Hashim sighs, then lazily bobs his head to the song. Dimitri throws him some bird seed, gobbles it up.
Now that's what I call a parody. Get my joke? Funny, yes?
The crowd is disinterested. Dimitri squints a menacing stare at his birds. Exterior park, day. Title card, Syracuse, New York. The Johnsons descend from the air and land in a quiet park next to a pond. The goslings collapse.
Who wants to hear how Syracuse got its name?
The goslings groan.
Dad, where's Gus?
The Syracuse was originally the home of the Onondaga people. They were called the Keepers of the Fire because their centralized location among other tribes.
We have to tell them, Al.
They'll figure it out. Now I don't want to hear any more about it. As I was saying, Syracuse began as a village, which means it was...
Fran sags her head. Then she sees a shadow on the grass that resembles a silhouette of Gus. She quickly turns, but it's just a little shrub. Exterior farmhouse, morning. Gus, Beaver, and Carl hide behind a pile of tires as a truck full of caged chickens idles in the dirt driveway.
I heard the guy say he was taking the chickens to Brockville.
Is that South, Goose?
My name's Gus. We were named A through G in the order we were hatched.
Whatever. Is that truck going south or not?
My instinct says, yeah.
The farmer exits and hops in his truck. Carl sprints to the truck and hops on the back.
Carry me. I'm the leader.
Beaver picks up Gus and holds him under one arm. He tosses Gus on the truck, then hops on. Exterior, chicken truck, day. They settle on the truck as it pulls away, then realize that every chicken stares at them.
Any of you chicks single?
Too loud.
Beaver puts his paws on the sides of Gus's head. Insert map of North America. A blinking arrow on a chicken truck graphic shows that the boys are headed west. Interior bird bus, day. Dimitri faces his caged birds in the back of the bus.
I don't get you stupid birds. I feed you, you make 30 pounds, we practice. You're missing something, yes?
Dimitri pulls out a picture of a beautiful indoor bird sanctuary with fountains and plants.
I cannot give you this new home if we do not satisfy the audience, no? I do not want to make another example out of one of you.
Will gulps hard. Dimitri makes a mark with a red marker at the bottom of a goal chart that reads 100,000 views on ViewTube.
We'll get there someday.
Dimitri starts the engine.
Everybody ready? Get it? Get my joke? Next up, Bird Bonanza. Okay, we go now.
Exterior field, day. Title card, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Al waddles over to Fran, who has several holes dug in the grass.
What are you doing?
Ironically, filling a void with holes.
Huh?
I have to go back for him.
Oh, no. No, no, no.
I'll just stay with him until he can fly, and then we'll leave together.
He won't ever fly. You'll both freeze.
I'll carry him.
He's too heavy.
I can't just abandon him. That's not what mothers do. I don't know why I agreed to this.
He might have already left, gone somewhere.
Then I'll look for him.
Fran lines up to take off. Al grabs her wing.
You can't leave.
Fran pulls her wing away, then takes off. Al takes off and flies alongside of her.
Your instinct isn't as strong as mine.
My instinct is fine.
Al grabs her with his beak.
Fran, no.
Al, stop!
He wrestles her back to the ground.
I can't possibly consider this. Can I? I mean, we've never missed an arrival, honey. Our perfect streak will be over. Our perfect streak.
Consider it for me.
Al tosses his wings up, defeated.
Okay, fine, fine.
Yeah?
We'll all go back.
We don't need to all go.
Yeah, we do. I'm not letting you go back by yourself. And if neither of us does, I have a feeling in my feathers that I'll never hear the end of it.
Fran smiles. Exterior, back of chicken truck, day. The chicken chant continues.
Help, help, help!
Carl's eyes dart back and forth.
Help, help, help!
Carl clenches his paws in anger.
Shut the...
Truck honk.
Ah!
Quiet.
Thank you.
Get off our truck!
Bite me.
This truck is for chickens only.
That's right.
Listen, we'll make a deal.
We don't make deals. We make omelets.
If you can't keep your beak shut from now until we stop, I'll freak you.
How do you plan on doing that?
I'll open your cages, Clackhead.
We're listening.
Beaver inspects the cages.
Yep, it's your basic hook latch. Just lift and slide. We got a deal?
Exterior, side of the road, day. Dimitri leans up against the bird bus and eyes a map. Exterior sky, day. The Johnsons fly in V formation.
Why are we going back for that little feather duster?
Quiet. Don't make me fly back there.
Exterior, side of road, day. Dimitri hears some honks. He looks up and sees the Johnsons in the distance.
A family act. That is just what I need. Like the sisters Kardashians, only the talent.
Dimitri quickly hobbles to his trailer. He grabs a bazooka-like device with a scope and rolls the ultralight off the trailer. He pulls the cord and starts the engine. He rolls down the side of the road in the ultralight, speeds up, pulls some levers, and takes off. Exterior sky, day. The Johnsons fly in their V formation. Bruce leaves formation and flies toward the front.
Daddy's gonna yell at ya.
Bruce flies past Fran.
Bruce!
Dad, I'm not going back.
Get back in formation.
No, we shouldn't go back for Gus. He's a little brat. Can't even fly.
As Al and Bruce argue, the ultralight sneaks into view behind them. Dimitri holds his bazooka device, takes aim, then fires a net. It shoots out and nabs Frank, quickly reeling him in, then Emma, then Alfred, then Charity.
Mommy, help!
Fran notices the captured goslings.
Oh no!
Al and Bruce continue to argue with honks.
Al!
I'm the leader. Now get back there.
Fran flies next to Al.
Al! We have to get out of here.
Not now, Fran.
Fran looks back and sees Dimitri gaining on them as the goslings struggle in nets. Fran bites Al in his rear.
Ah, what was that for?
Look!
Al turns and sees Dimitri flying toward them. The goslings hang from net sacks on the sides of the ultralight.
Split up.
I won't leave you.
Go.
Al breaks left. Fran breaks right. Dimitri shoots his net and nabs Bruce.
Got you, bird.
He then breaks toward Fran. She bobs and weaves as Dimitri takes aim through his scope.
Your goose is cooked, yes?
He nabs Fran in the net.
Fran!
Al turns back toward Fran.
Al, go back. Save yourself.
I can't leave you.
Dimitri takes aim. Al's eyes get big. Dimitri presses the red button. Exterior Chuck's Diner, evening. The chicken truck pulls to a stop at a diner.
I think we're here. Can you let us out now?
You just talked.
Beaver picks Gus up.
I was just asking.
Yeah, you can count that.
Sorry, deal's off.
What?
Beaver hops off the truck. Carl follows.
Get back here!
You give Canadians a bad name, you know that? Just like Nickelback.
Let's not go overboard.
Exterior road, day.
I don't understand. You said you would free them.
I got them to shut their beaks and we made it further south. All you did was whine, little goose.
Gus sympathetically looks back at the chickens being removed from the truck.
We should go help them.
And get caught? I don't think so.
Gus sags his head, then waddles behind Beaver. Interior bird bus, evening. Al paces back and forth while Fran sits with the frightened goslings in a large cage at the back of the bird bus. Hashim, Victoria, and Will look on from their cages.
What do you think you're doing?
Excuse me?
This is the Victoria Diamond Show.
Hashim rolls his eyes.
Oh, we're sorry. We just got caught in a net by that human guy.
Yeah, we'll be out of here soon, lady.
Al pokes around at the cage.
No, you won't.
All eyes on the wise Hashim.
Yup. I was once like you, young, naive, supple.
Al raises an eyebrow.
But you'll find, as I have, that there is no escape from these metallic bastilles of oppression. So my advice is to get used to it.
What is this place?
We're a traveling show. I'm Hashim, and that's Will.
Lights.
You already met Vicky.
Victoria.
Vicky thinks you're moving in on her turf.
Oh, miss, I can assure you, we are not confrontational. We're Canadian.
Just keep your distance, Maple Lips.
Wait, hold on. Are you saying that we'll never get out of here?
Hashim nods.
I can't be in a cage the rest of my life. I need to fly.
The bird bus stops. Dimitri walks toward the back with some bird seed.
What is all of this chatter? You eat now.
He spills some seed into their cages. Al squawks at him while the goslings munch on the seed.
He can't understand you, Al.
Dimitri sticks his finger in the cage.
Let me pet you, bird.
Al nips Dimitri's finger.
Oi!
The bird gasps.
That will be the last time you disappoint me, yes?
No.
Al!
Dimitri returns to his seat and eyes the birds through his rear-view mirror.
Tomorrow, we begin the training regiment. We will see what your stupid geese can do.
Dimitri starts the bus. Hashim turns to Al.
That wasn't wise.
I don't care.
You don't understand. When you're bad, he...
Shh! What? What happens?
Just do what he says.
Fran and Al share worried looks.
It's not all bad, mates. We get fed pretty well, don't we? Just make sure you just get your steps right, that's all. He's going to get us a nice new place to live. Isn't that right?
I can't do it, Fran. The Johnsons were not meant to be caged in like animals.
Al stuffs his face with birdseed.
Shh! We have to stay strong for the children.
The goslings share disapproving stares.
If we didn't go back for Gus, this would have never happened.
Yes.
Exterior side of road, day. Gus notices some pricker bushes that run alongside the road.
Put me down, please.
Beaver sets Gus down. Gus rubs his temple with his wing to summon his instinct.
My instinct says we have to go this way.
He points his wing toward the pricker bushes.
Through the prickers?
Gus nods.
But the road runs right next to it.
Are you questioning my instinct?
No, I'm just saying.
Onward!
Beaver rolls his eyes and picks Gus up. Exterior pricker bush, day. Beaver gingerly steps through the pricker bushes.
Hold me higher, please.
Beaver holds Gus above the bushes. Gus covers his beak with his wing to hide his laughter. Carl hops around, basically unaffected.
Hey, this isn't so bad.
Beaver whacks Carl with his tail.
Ah!
Beaver gets stuck by a thorn.
Ow!
Exterior side of road, day, later. Beaver sits on the curb and pulls a pricker out of his leg.
There's gotta be a river around here somewhere.
Beaver turns around to see Carl and Gus developing a handshake.
Here, when I go up, you go down.
Like this.
Yeah. Then we go boom, boom.
Then a pound?
Yeah, pound it, then blow it up. Kablamo!
Blammo!
They continue their handshake. Beaver approaches them.
Hey, can we keep going, please? It'll be dark soon.
You're not allowed to learn our paw wing shake.
I don't want to learn your stupid shake.
Beaver walks away. Gus turns to Carl.
Hey, why do you call him Beaver? Doesn't he have a real name?
He does remember his name. Ever since a big storm destroyed his family's den.
Gus eyes Beaver. He waddles over to him and yanks a pricker out with his beak.
Ow!
I'm trying to help.
Leave me alone.
Gus sits next to Beaver.
What's a dam?
What?
Carl said a storm destroyed your family's dam.
Beaver shoots daggers at Carl, who quickly hides behind a signpost.
It was nothing. Just my entire life.
Beaver steps away from Gus.
How much further until we're south?
A little ways.
Okay, let's go.
Montage, various. A. Interior bird bus, day. The birds do leg lifts, but Al struggles. Dimitri snaps a rubber band on his rear.
Ow!
B. Exterior woods, day. Gus and Carl have perfected their overly complicated paw wing shake as Beaver looks on. C. Exterior field, day. Gus hops in a field, groaning as he stretches toward the sky. D. Exterior U.S. border, day. The boys pass a now entering the United States sign. E. Exterior pasture, day. Gus notices a robin land on a fence post. He watches it fly away and chirp happily. F. Exterior field, day. Dimitri leads the birds on an obstacle course in a snowy field. A fatter Al attempts to fly away but is yanked down by a tether.
Ha! Stupid bird.
G. Exterior road, day. Gus points his wing toward an idling pickup truck with Michigan plates and a dog in the back.
How's the ride back there?
Rough.
H. Interior bird bus, day. Al watches Dimitri saw through a piece of wood constructing a set of some kind. The saw's teeth. End of montage. Exterior woods, day. Gus rubs his temple with his wing, summoning his instinct, then points down a trail.
This way.
Beaver picks Gus up and Carl follows.
I'm the leader, Carl's vice prime minister, and Beaver's secretary of transportation.
No thanks.
And if you question the leader, you get launched into space.
Fascist.
Gus hops and flutters his little wings.
Dang it, I still can't do it.
How about a piggyback ride, eh?
Gus waddles toward Carl and hops on his back. Carl is flattened to the ground as Gus laughs.
Lay off the carbs, bro.
Beaver perks up. He watches Carl and Gus roll around and laugh. Interior bird bus, night. All of the birds asleep, except Al. Al's eyes scan the bus until he sees a shiny saw. He gasps.
Fran, wake up.
Get some sleep.
Exterior road, morning. The boys walk next to a road in a wooded area.
Find me food.
Are we even going south? It hasn't gotten a degree warmer.
Carl shivers.
It's pretty cold, bro.
I'm following my instinct.
Instinct. Instinct. It doesn't have a K at the end of it.
Mine does.
That's it.
Beaver storms into the woods. Interior bird bus, morning. Dimitri sets up his cell phone as Hashim, Will, and Victoria look on.
I thought we'd practice a trick day for the view too.
Dimitri pulls a cigar out of his breast pocket.
Alright, Pops, this will be your gig, yes?
No.
Dimitri kneels next to the cage and sticks the cigar through.
Hold it in your mouth, okay, stupid goose?
Take it, Dad.
Al bites it, then spits it out.
Ah, it tastes like pond scum.
Dimitri picks it up and tries again. Al speaks through a closed beak.
I'm not doing it.
Please do it, Al.
Al shakes his head. Fran eyes the cigar, then goes for it. She holds it in her beak.
Well, I see who wears the pants in this relationship.
Shut up.
Dimitri drops some seed into the cage.
Get it, kids?
The goslings gobbled it up.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
Al folds his wings as feathers float off of him. A buzzing sound.
What the heck was that?
Dimitri turns around with hair clippers.
You don't do my trick, you pay price, yes?
Dimitri approaches Al with the hair clippers.
No!
Exterior woods, day. Beaver hears running water and gets excited. He hustles through the woods and finds a river.
I made it!
Gus and Carl join the scene.
This isn't where he wanted us to go.
Nope, no rivers. Carl does not do cold rivers. Let's just walk alongside it.
We just need to find a good log to float on.
Beaver hops in the water and swims alongside the shore. He peruses different branches and pieces of wood.
Too small. Too rotten.
He finds a solid 5-foot log and taps it with his paw.
This'll work.
He swings the log in front of Carl and Gus.
Hop on.
Fine, but I'm not helping paddle.
What is the price?
Beaver places Gus on the log.
Come on, Carl.
Nope, no way.
Quit being a little wimping. What's the worst that can happen?
Smash cut to exterior river, top of waterfall, day. Beaver attempts to swim against the force of the water at the top of the waterfall as Carl and Gus cling to his back.
Swim, Beav!
I'm trying!
No, you're not. I hate you, you know that?
Yeah, well, same here.
Oh yeah, where are the females you promised, son? You lie right through your smelly buck teeth!
Beaver attempts to swing his tail to hit Carl, but Carl dodges it.
Ah, missed me.
You're always dragging me down and holding me back. This is very symbolic right now. Very symbolic.
Beaver struggles against the current, but is losing.
We're gonna die!
They are pulled over the falls and disappear into the white mist. Interior bird bus, day. Dimitri plays Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz. He watches the birds in his rear view mirror.
Alright, feel the beat. Become one with the rhythm. That's it.
Fran bobs her head.
Hey, this is kind of fun.
Al awkwardly moves his bald head.
Glad you're enjoying yourself, honey.
Dad, you're not doing it right. Watch me.
I know what I'm doing. I've got rhythm.
Fran vogues with her wings.
Go, Mom!
Victoria faces Fran and they have a little dance battle. Al tries to dance, but he trips and falls.
This is stupid. Dancing is for losers.
Face it, Dad.
Nature wasn't kind to you.
That's enough, children.
You're all a bunch of butt pinchers.
More feathers float off Al. Exterior bottom of falls, day. Beaver swims ashore where Gus coughs up some water.
Where's Carl?
Beaver shrugs, then notices 3 chill beavers lounging on the shore with unique buzz-cut designs on their heads. He quickly swims over to them.
Hey,
Whoa, 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 whoa. Chill.
are any of you Canadian?
Gus paddles ashore.
Help me find Carl.
Are we Canadian?
We have to be related, right?
Wait a second. That's why you wanted to come with me, to find your family?
What is that thing?
Just some goose.
Some goose? You lied to me! All you were thinking about this whole time was yourself. You're the most selfish animal I've ever met.
I'm selfish? All you've done this whole time is whine like a little turd baby.
Have not.
This is so not chill right now.
I've seen what you do, Gus. You get those tears going, then try to get me to do everything for you.
It's not true.
Gus's eyes well up with tears.
Lift me up, Beaver.
Quit it.
Cover my ears, Beaver.
I'm not listening.
My feet hurt. I'm hungry.
I can't hear you.
It's no wonder your family left you.
Gasps.
It left me because I can't fly.
Being a whiny little butt pincher sure didn't help your chances.
My chill meter's at like a 2.
We're gonna need a strong dose of chill after this.
I'm not a butt pincher. You're a meanie face. You don't even care about your own brother.
He's not my real brother.
Yeah, he is.
Go find him, why don't you? You two are little BFFs anyway. If he's alive, he'll turn up. If he's gone, he's gone. That's nature. Get used to it.
Forget you. I can make it on my own.
Gus waddles down the shore. Beaver turns his attention back to the chill beavers.
That bird's cuckoo, I tell you.
Weirdest looking bird I've ever seen.
Do you guys mind if I join you?
You'll have to pass our initiation first. See, we're the chill beaver posse, and if you want to hang with us, you gotta bang with us.
CPB for life.
Okay. What's the initiation?
Chill beaver number 1 picks up a sharpened rock.
Oh, just a little fur cut shape up.
Fur cut shape up. Fur cut shape up.
Beaver cringes. Exterior river, day. Carl clings to the same log they were riding, which is now wedged between 2 rocks. He struggles to hold on as an inchworm slowly approaches him.
Mister, help me!
I'm coming. Hold on.
That's what I'm doing.
Carl's grip slips and he holds on by a single claw.
Carl!
I'm over here, Gus. Hey, hurry up.
Everyone's always rushing.
Do I look Russian to you? I'm Canadian, moron.
Exterior river shore day. 2 chill beavers hold Beaver down as chill beaver number 1 finishes up the fur cut with the sharpened rock. As the chill beavers peel off, Beaver's new fur cut is revealed. It's an uneven zigzag mess on his head.
There, probably my finest work yet.
Beaver gently puts his paw to his head.
Welcome to CPB.
Welcome, brother.
Exterior river day. Carl clings to the log. The inchworm has finally made it to him.
Okay. Now what?
Yeah, I don't know. I never think that far ahead.
Carl!
Gus, help!
The rushing water drowns out Carl's cries. His claw scratches down the log and gives way.
No!
Carl is ripped down the river and disappears into the rapids. Interior bird bus, night. The goslings sleep. Fran rests her head on Al.
You know who you reminded me of back there?
Yeah, well, I'm a little frustrated with our situation.
I imagine that's how Gus felt when he couldn't fly.
Fine. You want to know why I left him? And why I didn't want to go back?
Yeah.
Al breathes deeply.
When I was a gosling, before I met you, I had a best friend named Ronnie Jacobs. We did everything together. Our families were very close.
Dissolved to exterior Canadian woods, flashback day. Little Al playfully flies with Ronnie and Wayne.
Check this out, Ronnie.
Little Al does a flip and a spin.
Nice one.
Well, a couple of days before migration, Ronnie's little brother, Wayne, had an accident.
A small plane flies into view. Wayne flies over.
That's nothing. Watch this.
Wayne begins doing backflips in the sky. He heads toward the plane unaware.
Wayne, look out!
Shoom! A cloud of feathers.
Ah!
One of his wings got ripped off by the propeller.
Exterior Canadian woods, flashback day. Al says goodbye to Ronnie as Ronnie's family huddles in the woods around a one-winged Wayne. Al's family waits in V formation.
See you soon, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ronnie and his family decided to stay behind because Wayne couldn't make the flight.
Back to scene.
What happened to them?
None of them survived the winter. I lost my best friend.
I'm so sorry, Al. How come you never told me that?
I don't like to think about it.
Fran nods understandingly.
Do you think we'll ever get out of here?
I don't know. I don't like to think about that either.
Exterior river shore day. Carl lays lifelessly on the riverbank. Exterior river shore day. Gus waddles alongside the river. Birds chirp overhead.
Carl! Carl!
He looks up and gets pooped on.
Somebody wipe me. Hurry up!
He spins around, but no one's there.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
He dunks his head in the water and washes it off. Exterior river shore day. Beaver addresses the chill beavers as they lounge on shore.
How do you not remember where you were all of 2012?
Remembering dates is not chill.
Ugh. Say, you ever think about building a dam?
What for?
You know, to stop the water from flowing, get a little pool going?
Why?
You know, to get a pool for the water to... I don't know why. You're beavers, aren't you?
You know, for a Canadian, you're pretty hostile.
You guys hungry?
I know a great way to catch fish. I just need one of you to dance in the water and move the fish toward me.
The chill beavers share looks.
Trust me, it works every time.
Exterior river day. Some minnows sit in the water. Splash! Gus snaps at them with his beak.
Get back here! Don't you know I need to eat?
Gus has grown a little feathered beard. Exterior river day. Chill beaver number 1 stands in a shallow section of the river. Beaver stands on the opposite side with a sharpened spear.
Now, when I say go, start dancing left to right, okay?
Whatever.
Beaver scans some fish in the water.
Go!
Chill beaver number 1 takes one step, then trips and falls, making a big splash. Beaver sags his spear.
That would have never worked.
No way.
It works when I do it with... Never mind.
Exterior river, night. Freshly dug holes on the riverbank. Gus shivers in a hole and whimpers. Flashbacks of Fran. Images of Fran caring for Gus dissolve from one to another, feeding him, keeping him warm, caressing him with her wing.
Mommy.
Interior bird bus, night. Fran jerks her neck up as the goslings sleep.
What? What is it?
I don't know. I just felt something. I can't explain it.
A bad dream, probably.
Fran notices that Hashim and Will are awake.
What happens if we don't do what he says?
We're not actually sure, mate.
But those who have failed to meet his demands have not been seen again.
Fran and Al clench each other tightly. Exterior river, night. The chill beavers make moon shadow puppets on the sand while Beaver sits off to the side. Beaver removes the small piece of wood from his fur.
What's that?
It's a piece of wood from my family's little dam. All these years, I thought I'd be happier with my own kind.
Beaver watches the chill beavers mindlessly laugh at their shadow puppets, then walks off by himself. Beaver spots his reflection in the river. He runs his paw through his new haircut, then angrily punches his reflection, injuring his right paw.
Ow!
Exterior river, morning. Beaver rests on a log. Paws come into view and slowly untie his fur knot.
Mom? Dad?
Grab it.
Chill beaver number 2 yanks the piece of wood off of Beaver.
Hey!
The chill beavers proceed to play keep away with the wood.
Pass it over here.
Give it back!
Chill beaver number 3 tosses it to number 1.
Chill, we're just having some fun.
Beaver bounces between the chill beavers as they continue their game.
Give it to me! Now!
No.
You're the worst beavers ever, you know that?
Yeah? Who invited you to this river anyway?
Yeah.
Can I please just get my piece of wood back?
Sure.
Beaver approaches chill beaver number 2, who holds the wood out for him. Then he tosses it into the river.
Fetch.
No!
The chill beavers laugh as Beaver dives into the river and swims after the wood. Exterior river, morning. The wood pops in and out of view as rapids engulf Beaver. He frantically flails his arms in pursuit, favoring his injured right paw. He swallows some water. The wood disappears downstream. Beaver's panic turns to sadness and he begins to sob. He swallows more water and coughs.
No!
Beaver jerks his head back and forth, then swims ashore. He rests his head on a rock and weeps.
It's gone. I'm so stupid.
Beaver sobs on the rock for a long moment.
Beav.
Leave me alone.
Carl, soaking wet, stands behind Beaver.
Beav, it's me.
Carl?
Beaver spins around.
You're alive!
Carl lifts up Beaver's piece of wood.
And you found it!
Beaver hugs and kisses Carl.
Yeah, okay, relax. We're related.
We sure are, bro.
What happened to your head? Rabid muskrats?
Yeah, sure.
Where's Gus?
Waddle up like a baby. He's called me selfish.
Carl scratches the back of his neck.
Well, when was the last time we tried to actually help another animal for nothing in return?
We helped that turtle rebuild his home.
That was so I could destroy it with my kung fu.
The bear cub we picked berries for.
Paw rubs.
The coyote in the trap.
Guard dog for a week.
The bee in the spider's web.
We followed him home and ate all his honey. I stung like a gazillion times.
Oh yeah. You're right. I have been selfish.
Carl pats him on the back. Interior woods, day. Gus leans up against a tree and sobs.
I miss my stupid family. I want to go home.
Gus spins around, searching for the source of the voice. Pierre, a slick fox, emerges from behind a tree.
Greetings, monsieur. My name is Pierre.
I'm Gus of the Ottawa Johnsons.
Pierre licks his lips.
My dad said I'm not supposed to talk to non-geese.
I bring you no harm, my friend. I am lover, not biter.
Exterior woods, day. Beaver and Carl follow Gus's little footprints in the mud.
Gus!
Gus!
You cannot have gone far with those stubby legs.
Carl follows Gus's footprints.
Yeah,
He lifts his paw to reveal goose poop.
Gus, you couldn't find the bush?
Following Gus's footprints, they come to a few holes.
Interesting.
A crudely constructed campsite.
Oh, look, he tried to make a little fire.
Out of a pebble and 3 blades of grass. Genius!
Exterior woods, day. Pierre slowly approaches Gus.
I want to find my family, but I can't trust anybody anymore.
You are very wise.
Pierre lunges at Gus and picks him up in his jaws.
Eek!
Pierre runs off with Gus in his mouth.
Help!
Exterior woods, day.
Shh! You hear that?
Help!
That's Gus!
Let's move!
Beaver and Carl run past logging equipment and machinery. Exterior woods day. Pierre runs with Gus in his mouth.
Let me go, you meanie!
Relax, kid. You'll only make yourself tough and stringy. I need you to be Savoureux.
I don't know what that means.
Exterior woods day.
Cut him off. Just stall him. Do whatever you can to stop him in his tracks.
Exterior woods day. Pierre bounds effortlessly. Carl gains on him, then cuts him off.
Carl, help me, please!
Excuse me, Mr. Fox.
Pardon me, monsieur, unless, of course, you'd like to be my dessert.
Me? Sir? Nah, you don't want me. I've got dirt under my nails, goose poop on my feet, and this weird rash growing on my... Well, I'm disgusting, I promise.
Pierre takes a step toward Carl.
I've never been a picky eater.
Carl swallows hard. Beaver charges through the woods and faintly hears an exchange between Carl and Pierre.
All right, how about this? You give it the kid, and I'll give you a paw rub. But nothing else. My experimentation days are over.
I prefer meat.
Beef, where are you?
Beaver hustles through the woods.
Beef! Hell, his breath smells like mice? Is that right?
Pierre nods.
His breath smells like mice!
Pierre quickly disappears down a foxhole with Gus.
Where'd he go?
Carl sniffs around, then sees the hole.
Okay, Carl, you don't like tight spaces, and they don't like you, but sometimes you just gotta...
Beaver runs into frame, snatches Carl, and throws him down the hole.
Ah!
I'll meet you on the other side.
Exterior woods, logging equipment day. Pierre pops out of the ground with Gus, then trots past the logging equipment and begins digging a hole.
Put me down!
Pierre finishes digging, then stuffs Gus into the hole.
Quit it, meanie!
Taste you later.
Pierre brushes the last bit of dirt over Gus with his nose.
No!
Carl pops out of the hole, holding his nose. He gasps for air.
Gus!
Carl hops onto the logging equipment and faces off with Pierre.
Where is he?
Go find your own lunch.
Sir, for your own safety, please, don't make me use my kung fu.
Pierre sighs.
And I told my wife I wouldn't make haché moi out of anyone today.
Carl gets into a strange kung fu pose.
There's no time for arts and crafts.
Pierre punches Carl in the nose.
Ow!
Exterior woods day. Beaver hustles through the woods.
Carl, Gus.
Exterior woods logging equipment day. Pierre chokes Carl on the conveyor belt. Carl's eyes bulge. Carl bites Pierre's paw.
Ah!
Carl plants a spinning round kick to Pierre's face and knocks him to the belt.
Tell me where the bird is.
Jamais!
Pierre sweeps Carl's leg. Carl falls on his back. Pierre gets up and stands over him. Carl shakes.
Beef, hurry! I'm paralyzed by fear!
Exterior woods day.
I'm coming.
Exterior woods logging equipment day. Pierre stands on his hind legs.
This is what you get for interrupting my meal.
Pierre leaps high, exposes his elbow, and comes down hard on Carl's head, knocking him out. Pierre jumps off the belt, hits the lever that turns it on, and bounds into the woods. The machine rumbles as Carl slowly makes his way toward a blade that chops wood like a guillotine at the other end. Exterior woods day. Beaver hears the conveyor belt and starts running.
Carl.
Beaver arrives to see Carl approaching the blade.
No.
Beaver scans the ground, then picks up a rock with his left paw. He eyes the lever, then the blade, then Carl. Carl approaches the blade and starts to wake up. Carl looks up at the blurry blade.
Pokey?
His vision clears. He sees the blade.
Stabby! Beef!
Beaver looks down at his left paw one last time, then hurls the rock. Everything slows down. The blade starts to drop. Carl's frightened face. The rock soars. Just as the blade is about to hit Carl, the rock hits Carl and knocks him off the belt. The blade comes down hard. Beaver runs down and flips the lever off. He then runs to Carl and cradles him in his arms.
You okay, brother?
Something hit me.
Yeah. I think an acorn fell.
Beaver helps Carl to his feet.
Where's Gus?
I'm not sure.
Sniff party. Move.
Beaver and Carl sniff the ground.
Gus!
Gus.
Beaver spots some fresh dirt and begins digging.
Over here.
He pulls out a lifeless Gus.
Carl.
Carl hustles over.
He needs mouth to be regurgitation. Move!
Carl begins breathing into Gus's beak.
Please.
Carl continues. Gus then coughs up some dirt and comes to.
Yeah!
What happened?
Beaver saved me, then I saved you. Now maybe you can save a beetle or something to complete the cycle.
You okay, kid?
Gus stands up, dazed.
I'm fine. Thanks, I guess.
Beaver and I want to help you find your family, Gus.
You too? Why?
You were right about me being selfish.
Really? Wow. I've never been right about anything before.
Use your instinct and lead us south, Gus.
Beaver extends his paw.
My instinct?
Beaver nods. An apprehensive Gus sticks out his little wing and shakes Beaver's paw. Montage, various. A. Interior bird bus day. Computer screen, the goslings dance in a ViewTube video. B. Exterior lake day. Beaver powers a small motorboat through the lake as a man yells from a dock. C. Exterior field day. The Johnsons jump rope with Dimitri. Al trips and lands on his beak. Dimitri snaps him with a rubber band. D. Exterior lake day. The boys ride on the motorboat.
You don't have to be my Secretary of Transportation anymore.
Thanks, Gus.
Now you're my Deputy of Friendship.
Super.
E. Exterior road day. Gus reads a billboard for a financial advisement group. Reach new heights. F. Exterior road day. Gus reads another billboard for a technical school. Soar higher.
Really?
G. Interior bird bus day. YouTube views jump to 50,000.
We are on our way.
H. Exterior road day. A billboard for a travel agency reads, spread your wings.
Okay, these can stop now.
I. Interior bird bus day. Dimitri excitedly notices money for YouTube advertising in his account.
Duh, you are closer to your new home, yes?
Hear that, Al?
Al fakes a smile. J. Exterior road day. Gus looks up at another billboard for a skydiving class. Fly like a bird.
Oh, come on!
K. Exterior country road day. The bird bus passes a welcome to Wyoming sign. L. Exterior Mount Rushmore day. The boys photobomb tourists at Mount Rushmore as they take a picture. M. Exterior woods night. Gus nestles into Beaver's fur as they sleep against a tree. Beaver hesitates, then rests his paw on Gus. End of montage. Interior copy center day. Dimitri prints out copies of a Bird Bonanza flyer with the Johnsons front and center. Interior bird bus day. A fat owl lays lifelessly in the cage.
It's over, Fran.
What?
A perfect streak. We won't hit our mark this year. I'm a disgrace to the Johnson name. It all ended with me. I'm a failure.
Don't say that.
I just want to go home.
Fran nestles her beak into Al. Exterior field day. The boys chase down a freight train. Beaver throws Gus onto it. Carl hops on.
Come on, bro.
Beaver dives at the train car and holds on by his paw tips. He struggles, then pulls himself inside. Exterior, Bird Bonanza, main entrance, day. The bird bus pulls up to the main entrance of the Bird Bonanza, which is surrounded by a chain-link fence. Exterior, freight train, day. The freight train cuts through the countryside and passes a sign that reads, Welcome to the Big Sky State. Gus gazes up at the large sky.
Whoa.
Interior freight train, day. The boys ride on the train next to some bags of grain. A couple feathers float off of Gus.
Guys,
Yeah?
there's something I should probably tell you before we go any further.
What is it?
It's about my instinct.
Beaver and Carl eye him in anticipation.
I just wanted to say that, my instinct is stronger than it's ever been, and you're probably the best friends I've ever had.
Thanks, Gus.
Yeah, that was definitely worth the wait.
Mostly because I've never really had any friends.
But we're still the best, right?
Gus nods. Carl pumps his fist. Exterior, the Bird Bonanza, day. An outdoor fair devoted to birds. The atmosphere is light with an array of families, hay bales, cider, porta potties, pumpkins, and proud bird owners. We float overhead and see the various attractions. A crazy woman in a rainbow dress stands next to several caged birds.
I named each of them after my real children who don't speak to me anymore.
A kid extends his finger toward a cage.
Don't touch that!
Several kids line up to bob for rubber duckies.
Mommy, I want to bob for duckies.
Oh, all right.
His mom leans over to the shady guy running the activity.
You and disinfect all of those in between rounds, right?
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Falcon guy holds a falcon on each of his gloved arms. He addresses some kids.
All right, listen up. I'm only saying this once. This here is Zeus and this is Thor.
How fast can they fly?
Did I say it was time for questions?
No.
This is the introductory portion of my presentation, not the Q&A.
Sorry.
What's your name?
Brett.
You see, Brett, When things get out of order in their routine, Zeus and Thor get stressed. And when they get stressed, they lose time off their life. So thanks to your question, they probably won't be back next year.
Brett hangs his head and begins to cry. Thor and Zeus share a look. Some people feed little ducklings that are penned inside a low fence.
Aw, they're so cute. I think it's about time we expanded our vocabularies. Here, people, I am much more than the C word. I have depth. Depth, I tell you!
The feathered freaks display. A man in a lab coat stands next to several cages that hold a two-headed owl, a chickadee with extremely long legs, a flamingo with no neck, and an obese whooping crane.
Come see the feathered freaks of nature. Each one is more ghastly than the previous, if you view them in the correct order.
A condor soars through the sky in front of the sun. Dissolve 2, exterior river flashback night. The sun is now a dark moon. The sky crackles with lightning. Little Beav and his family gather in a large hole on the riverbank. The river roars in front of them. Little Beav eyes the dam. Pieces of wood start to break off.
The dam!
More wood breaks off.
Get busy.
Father leads the way. The family follows. Gramps turns to Little Beav.
Stay close.
Little Beav follows Gramps to the den. They assess the damage. The wind howls and the wood cracks. Gramps and Little Beav collect stray pieces of wood and place them back into the dam. As Little Beav swims away to collect more, he hears a loud crack. He looks into the dam and spots a support beam with a large split in it.
Gramps!
Huh?
The dam!
What?
Little Beav struggles to swim over to him.
The wood's gonna crack!
What are you saying?
The wood's gonna crack!
Wash it out tomorrow. We got work to do.
The wood cracks louder.
Get everyone out of here!
Everyone underwear? What the heck is underwear?
No!
The dam drops but remains intact. Little Beav breathes a sigh of relief. Then a huge gust of wind crashes with a big wave against the dam and knocks it over.
No!
The family is swept downstream in the wreckage. Little Beav fights against the current.
Help! Ah! Help!
A wave crashes against him and pulls him under. A paw pulls him up. It's Gramps. He puts Little Beav on a log and pushes him toward the shore. He gets him to the riverbank as the current battles him. Little Beav rolls off the log.
Ah!
Gramps grabs him. The log floats away.
Gotcha.
He lifts his grandson onto the bank where a little stump sticks out.
Grab hold of that stump.
Little Beav grabs it.
Don't let go of that, no matter what.
Okay!
Little Beav shields himself from the wind and rain for a moment. When he turns back, Gramps is gone.
Gramps?
The storm rages around Little Beav.
Gramps!
Interior freight train, present day. Beaver wakes up in a sweaty rush. He pulls the little piece of wood from his fur. He then notices Gus peering out of the train at a flat landscape.
Let's get off here.
Exterior, Bird Bonanza, day. Bird Bonanza staff put finishing touches on the main stage. Exterior town, day. The boys walk down a street in a small town, drawing stares from passers-by. They come to an intersection and Gus scratches his head with his wing.
Watch this. Oh, Gus.
Yeah?
Since you're such an expert in the field of navigation, could you please tell us how to get to the very well-known town of Spruce Willington? Barry?
Sure. Let's see. Spruce, Willington, Barry.
Beaver elbows Carl in anticipation. Gus's eyes light up.
It's this way.
You're lying!
I'm not.
There's no such thing as Spruce Willington Tunbury. I made it up.
Gus kicks rocks.
Wait, so what does that mean?
We're lost.
It's not true.
Then where are we, Gus?
Gus looks around.
We're in sign dog man squirrel. Yeah, sign dog man squirrel. It's quaint and furry.
Thine, dog, man, squirrel. Gus, you are awful at making up names.
Yeah, I got one. How about Carl's gonna punch Gusipolis?
Sounds like a coastal town.
Carl lunges at Gus and starts choking him.
Ah!
I'm gonna squeeze your little bird brains out of your little bird nostrils.
Beaver breaks it up.
All right, settle down.
Gus catches his breath.
Why'd you do it, Gus? Why'd you lead us on a wild goose chase?
I've never gotten to be the leader of anything before. When you said you'd follow me, it made me feel like I was useful for once. All my life I've been picked on for being different. My brothers and sisters called me names that would make me cry. Anyway, I saw this as my only chance to lead. I guess I'm Slurpee.
You mean sorry?
Yeah, that.
Why did you think this would be your only opportunity to be a leader?
Because who would want to follow a fat little butt pincher like me?
Gus hangs his head.
I would.
Really?
Sure. Because it's kind of important that you know where you're going.
And the destination should be a place where others would be proud to join you.
How will I know when it's the right time to be a leader?
I'd put it like this. When everyone else is floating downstream, because it's easy, you decide to turn around and swim upstream to do the right thing. Others will follow.
I'm sorry, guys. I really messed up. I just wish I could have proved to my family that I really am special.
Interior bird bus day. Dimitri carries Al to the front of the bus. He grabs an airman's flight suit and helmet and puts it on Al. Al eyes the saw resting on the passenger seat.
Just do what I have told you, yes?
What do you have planned? What are you going to do to me?
Exterior street day. The boys walk in silence as a swirling wind grows. On a telephone pole, we see the flyer for the Bird Bonanza with a picture of the Johnsons. The boys don't notice it.
I would have liked to see my family again.
We know, Gus.
The wind swirls. Beaver reaches down to pick Gus up.
No, let me fight it on my own.
Gus wobbles as he fights against the wind. Then a big gust blows him off his feet.
Gus!
Gus hits the telephone pole, and his little beak sticks right through the flyer.
I'm okay.
Beaver and Carl hustle over. Gus examines the flyer.
No way. Guys, come here.
What is it?
It's my family.
You sure?
Yeah.
They must be in town.
Beaver pulls Gus off the telephone pole.
Do you realize what this means, Gus?
No.
Your instinct worked.
It did?
Yeah, only you weren't leading us south. You were leading us to your family.
But why would they be in a show? My dad hates fun things.
Maybe it wasn't their choice.
That's right. They might need our help.
Let's do this.
Exterior Bird Bonanza day. People flock to the Bird Bonanza. Exterior Bird Bonanza main stage day. Dimitri hooks up his sound system. The Johnsons, all dressed up, watch from their cage. Al sweats. Exterior Bird Bonanza main entrance day. The boys hurriedly arrive at the Bird Bonanza.
Look, there it is.
They hide behind a bush and scope out the scene. Carl eyes the fence.
Maybe we could go through the entrance.
There's a security guard, genius.
What should we do?
Beaver eyes a shady corner of fence.
Follow me.
Beaver picks up Gus. Carl follows. Exterior Bird Bonanza fence day. The boys look up at the fence.
Carl, you can climb that.
Yeah, but I'm not going in there by myself. No way.
I could get up there, but I wouldn't be able to carry you, Gus.
Gus waddles closer to the fence.
Throw me.
What?
Toss me over. And I'm fluffy enough, I can take it.
You might break your neck.
I don't have a neck.
Seconds later, Beaver holds Gus in both paws.
How do you plan on chucking him?
I was thinking 2-pod overhead.
Really? I don't think you get more extension with an underpaw than pro.
Good point.
Can one of you just throw me over the stupid fence?
Okay. On 3. 1, 2,
3.
Beaver tosses Gus halfway up the fence. He clangs against it and falls to the ground on the same side.
Yeah. Whose idea was that?
Exterior Bird Bonanza main entrance day. The security guard stands tough as he lets cars and trucks through. A pickup truck pulls up with a huge papier-mâché egg on its bed. The security guard inspects the egg. He notices a little slit in the side of it.
Got a little cut back here.
There shouldn't be any cuts. Back away from there.
The security guard slowly sticks his hand into the egg. The boys hop out and run.
Yeah, you better run. And I better not see you again.
Exterior Bird Bonanza day. Gus paces in front of Beaver and Carl.
It's useless. Plus, we're not even sure if my family's in there, or if they'd even want me back.
We've come too far, Gus.
That's right, we can't give up.
I'm just tired, guys. Darn tired.
There were times in my life when I wanted to stop searching for my family, but I kept digging for answers.
Gus's eyes light up.
Dig. That's it. I'm a genie.
Exterior Bird Bonanza fence day. Inside the fence, we zero in on a patch of grass. A few blades start to move. Then a beak becomes visible. Gus's head pops out, inside the Bird Bonanza.
Oh yeah.
A foot steps on Gus's head. Beaver and Carl scale the fence and join him. Victoria, with lipstick on her beak and a dress on, dances to Born This Way by Lady Gaga. The audience claps. A kid records the show with his iPhone. The boys scurry behind a bench and look at the main stage. Victoria prances back to her cage. The world stops around Carl as he is struck by Victoria's beauty.
I've never seen you looking so lovely as you did tonight.
Beaver whacks Carl with his tail.
Ah!
Next, let us hear it for some new additions to the bird bus. Put your heads together for the Angry Birds.
Dimitri pulls a curtain off of a small wooden structure similar to one found in the Angry Birds game. The goslings have green pig masks strapped to their beaks in various spots of the structure. Will sits in a slingshot, his wings wrapped up with duct tape. Dimitri pulls Will back in the slingshot.
Find your happy place, Will.
3, everybody. 1, 2, 3.
He releases Will. Will flies through the air toward the structure. He hits it, collapsing some of the wood pieces into the goslings.
Ow!
The audience claps. Gus squints at the stage.
That's them. Those are my brothers and sisters.
Beaver spots a porta potty near the stage.
Follow me.
They run behind the porta potty.
We'll wait here until the show is over. He must have them in cages somewhere.
Carl still has a dumb smile on his face.
Carl, you'll distract the guy. Are you listening?
Distracted. Very distracted.
Beaver whacks Carl with his tail.
Ah, okay!
And Gus and I will free them.
I want to free them by myself.
I don't know, Gus.
Beav, I got this.
The goslings waddle back to their cage.
Now we have a character from the 80s movies about the American sissy pilot. Top of Guns, or something like that.
Al waddles in a flight suit to Kenny Loggins' danger zone.
Dad!
His name is Goose. Can you believe it?
Dimitri tosses a cigar on the stage.
We have to save them.
Shh. Let's wait. They'll see us.
Grab the cigar, Al.
Al picks the cigar up in his beak.
Flip it, stupid Goose.
Do it, Al.
Al moves the cigar around in his beak, then inhales it and chokes. Fran gasps, then waddles over to him. She whacks Al on the back with her wing. The cigar pops out of his beak, flies into the crowd, and lands in a girl's cider cup.
Dad blew it.
Even Gus could have done that.
We're gonna take a little break, everybody. Don't fly off anywhere, do you hear?
Interior bird bus, day. Dimitri paces back and forth in front of the Johnson cage.
I prepared you the best I could. I really tried, you see?
Dimitri puts his face up to Al.
You let me down, father.
You're not my son.
Dimitri grabs the saw.
You know, Goose in movie did not make it.
Where is he going with this, Fran?
So, I saw you now, yes?
The Johnsons gasp. Dimitri pulls a tethered Al out of the cage.
What are you doing? Let go!
Exterior bird bonanza, day. Gus waddles toward the bird bus. At the main stage, Beaver twists 2 speaker wires together.
Got it.
Interior bird bus, day. Holds Al down with one hand.
Al, I love you.
I tried, Fran.
Dimitri raises his saw. Fran shields the goslings and closes her eyes. Al clenches his eyes shut.
No!
Dimitri brings the blade down, but boom! Dimitri stops. Exterior bird bonanza, main stage, day. Sparks fly out of the speakers. They crackle and pop with a deafening screech.
My speakers!
Interior bird bus, day. Dimitri drops the saw and runs toward the stage. Al's eyes remain shut.
Dad?
Al slowly opens his eyes and sees an outline of Gus.
Gus? Is that you?
Yeah.
Does this mean I'm dead and you died after we left you?
No, it means you're gonna live, but we have to hurry.
Fran opens her eyes in shock.
Gus?
Good gravy.
It's Gus.
What? How did you get here?
No time to explain. I'm a boss. Let's just leave it at that.
The goslings share amazed looks.
Honey, we were on our way back to get you.
You were?
We should never have left you, son.
I'm sorry I was mean to you, Mom.
I forgive you.
Well, never mind the past. Let's get out of here.
Exterior bird bonanza, main stage, day. The speakers are engulfed in flames. Beaver and Carl watch from behind a trash can.
Let's find Gus.
Interior bird bus, day.
We need to hurry.
I got this thing tied to my foot.
Gus eyes the saw blade. He steps on the handle, turning the blade upward.
Cut it on this.
Al maneuvers and cuts his tie off.
Good thinking, son.
Exterior bird bonanza, day. As Beaver and Carl approach the bird bus, the security guard steps in front of them.
Well, if it isn't the ostrich
He
twins.
pulls out his nightstick.
Run!
They scurry away and he chases them. Interior bird bus, day. Al pokes at the cage with his beak.
What did Beaver say about these cages?
Exterior bird bonanza, main stage, day. Dimitri douses the rest of the flames. He examines the twisted wires.
What the?
Interior bird bus, day. Gus surveys the cages.
Let's see, your basic hook latch. Just lift and slide, that's it.
Gus grabs the latch with his beak and opens it. Exterior bird bonanza, day. Beaver and Carl hide behind the feathered freaks cages. The security guard lumbers past them. Interior bird bus, day. Dimitri enters the bird bus and finds nothing but a single floating feather. Exterior bird bonanza, day. They waddle through the fair and draw stairs.
Fly out of here, hurry!
We can't leave you.
Beaver and Carl approach.
Hey guys,
You did it, Gus.
Al shies away from them.
it's okay, Dad.
They're not geese.
They're my brothers.
The Johnsons share looks.
They helped me get here. We battled rivers, foxes, and fire-breathing mosquitoes.
Surprised looks all around. Dimitri and the security guard meet up.
Where are my birds? Somebody to pay!
Exterior bird bonanza. Gus's hole, day. Family arrives at Gus's hole.
This is how I got in.
I always knew your digging would come in handy.
I'll meet you outside the fence.
Fran kisses Gus on the cheek.
I missed you, Gus.
Not in front of the guys.
The Johnsons fly over the fence. Carl climbs over. Beaver waits with Gus.
After you.
Gus steps into the hole, then turns around. He sees all the caged birds, Thor and Zeus, the ducklings, the feathered freaks, all sadly sitting in their cages.
Come on.
What is it, Gus?
Gus looks back toward his family.
Gus, honey, go in your hole for Mummy.
Come on, son.
I can't leave them, Beef.
Just get in your hole.
Now he's holding us back again.
Hurry up.
This is your show, Gus.
Gus looks at his family, then back at the birds, then to his family.
I'm gonna go back to save those other birds.
Honey, no.
Babe, stuff him down that hole right now.
Al, do something.
Al looks at Fran, Carl, the Goslings, Beaver, and then to Gus. Father and son have a moment.
You heard him. We got some birds to rescue. Fall out.
Al flies back over the fence and joins Gus.
Where do you want to start, son?
Carl and the rest of the Johnsons come back over the fence.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Exterior bird bonanza, day. Dimitri and the security guard hustle through the festival. Exterior bird bonanza, feathered freaks display, day. Al and Gus work together to free the feathered freaks, quietly opening their cages as the owner snores in the passenger seat of his truck.
You're free. Fly out of here.
The two-headed owl steps out. Al frees the long-legged chickadee, who then hugs him. Beaver chomps the cord off of Thor and Zeus's foot as Falcon Guy yells at another kid. The falcons fly off at amazing speed. The kids look up in awe.
Wow.
Carl, Fran, and the Goslings have returned to the bird bus. Carl approaches Victoria's cage.
Who are you?
I'm here to save you.
What's that awful smell?
It's me.
Carl winks. Victoria blushes. Fran and the Goslings work together to free Hashim and Will.
We have to hurry. That guy will be back any second.
Hashim steps out of his cage.
You're free, Hashim.
Where will I go?
Wherever you want.
Bless you and your lovely family.
Hashim and Will take off and soar. Dimitri pops up after looking under a bench and notices Hashim and Will flying overhead.
No!
Gus, Al, and Beaver join Carl, Victoria, Fran, and the Goslings by the bird bus.
Great job, everyone. Now let's get out of here.
Gus turns and sees Dimitri facing him. They square off like a Western duel. A crowd is formed, including the iPhone kid, who captures video.
So you are the little bugger stirring up trouble, yes?
Get out of here. I can take this guy.
Al huddles close to Gus.
We're not going anywhere, son.
The rest of the gang huddles around Gus as well.
Ah, well, isn't this cute?
Everyone, listen up. When I say so, Beaver, you're gonna pick me up and we're gonna head back toward the hole.
Dimitri pulls out a Swiss Army knife and extends the blade.
So!
Beaver picks Gus up. The Johnsons fly over the fence. Fat Al is wobbly in the air. Victoria waddles next to Carl. As Beaver turns, the security guard's boot steps on his back.
Ah!
Dimitri approaches as Beaver is pinned down.
I will take it from here.
The security guard and Dimitri switch boots on Beaver's back.
Get off of him, human!
The security guard turns toward the crowd that is gathered.
Nothing to see here, folks. All part of the show.
Dimitri looks down at Beaver and Gus. Light reflects off the saw blade and into Beaver's eyes.
How about a little beaver stew, yes?
Carl leaves Victoria's side and bites Dimitri's ankle.
Gah!
Dimitri slaps Carl away.
Darling,
Beaver jumps on Dimitri and they begin wrestling.
Nobody hits my brother. Besides me.
Get him, Beav!
Dimitri swings Beaver onto his back and gets the upper hand.
Help! He's too strong.
Beav!
The Johnsons watch from behind the fence. Victoria aids a dazed Carl. Al spots the bazooka gun on the trailer. It's pointed right at Dimitri, the red button.
Gus, the button. Push the red button on that thing.
Gus spots the button. He hops up onto the hitch, then onto the flatbed. Dimitri chokes Beaver.
This will teach you to mess with a Russian bird lover.
Gus hops around on the trailer.
Johnson moves right, hops left, eyes his target, and...
Gus hops on the red button. A net shoots out and snags Dimitri.
No!
nothing but net.
Nice shot, Gus.
Beaver, Carl, and Victoria join Gus.
Can we leave this poopy place once and for all?
Gus, they filled your hole.
Gus gasps. Beaver looks around and spies the ultralight.
Feel like flying?
Huh?
Smash cut to exterior Bird Bonanza day seconds later. The ultralight idles with Beaver at the controls. Carl, Victoria, and Gus hop on.
Alright, I'll steer. Carl, get down there and work the pedals.
On it.
Carl presses a pedal and they start to move. The crowd watches in awe. Dimitri struggles in his net as the security guard attempts to free him. The boys pick up speed and head toward a cider stand.
Look out!
They crash through the cider stand.
My bad.
Dimitri shakes the net off of him and gets to his feet. He then runs after his ultralight.
Get back here, thieves!
Carl, step on it.
I'm trying. I'm scrawny.
Dimitri gains on the boys. The Johnsons watch from outside the fence.
Hurry!
Dimitri gets closer.
He's getting closer. I can smell his breath. It smells like cat butt.
The ultralight approaches the fence.
Fence beam, fence!
I see it, full power.
Carl leans on the pedal with all his strength. Gus closes his eyes. Dimitri gains on them.
Hang on.
Beaver pulls the lever and the ultralight slowly lifts off the ground. Dimitri grabs the back of it. Gus opens his eyes to see Dimitri snarling.
Eek!
Gus pecks Dimitri's hand off of the ultralight.
Ugh!
The ultralight slowly lifts off, then clears the fence by an inch as Dimitri stumbles into it.
We made it.
Woohoo!
I'll be a son of a goose.
The boys soar out of the Bird Bonanza and toward a blue sky. The Johnsons catch up to them in flight.
I'm flying, Mom! Do you see me?
I see you, Gus!
Follow us!
The Johnsons fall into formation behind the ultralight. Carl looks over the side, then clutches Victoria tightly. She goes to kiss him and pokes him in the eye with her beak.
Ow! We'll have to work on that.
Exterior Bird Bonanza day. The iPhone kid's eyes light up as he looks at his phone.
Hey everyone, I just put my video on YouTube and it already has 100,000 views.
Dimitri's face in the fence.
Goodbye, my feathered comrades. Go dirty bomb over the whole world. It is yours.
Exterior sky day. Gus and his family ascend toward a bright cloud.
We're going south. We did it, guys. We did it.
You did it, Gus. You did it.
Gus eyes the landscape below and sighs contentedly.
Like a boss.
Dissolve to exterior sky day. Title card 5 months later. The ultralight emerges from the clouds. Gus has gotten fatter and still has stubby wings and no neck. The goslings look slightly older. Fran's feathers are back and Al is slender again. Exterior Canadian pasture day. The woodchuck from earlier sleeps against the tractor and the male and female hawk still fly around and argue. The gang touches down in the field.
Excellent work, everybody.
Not bad, son.
Thanks, Dad.
Beaver peels off the group toward the nearby stream. Gus follows. Stream. Beaver removes his piece of wood from his fur.
Does that kind of wood float?
I'm not sure.
Beaver squats down and holds the wood on the surface of the stream. He eyes Gus apprehensively.
It's okay, Beav.
Beaver releases the wood from his paw. It floats delicately downstream and swirls around some rocks until it is out of sight. Beaver straightens up and takes a deep breath. His eyes widen with excitement.
Hey, I remember my name.
What is it?
Wendell. Wendell Purvis Baker Smith VI.
Hi, Wendell.
It's good to finally be home, Gus.
Gus puts his little wing on Wendell's back.
You said it, big brother.
Al puts his wing around Fran.
Thought of family, eh?
Gus gazes upon his new family with his head raised high, proud to be a goose. Fade out. The end.